And here we go.
Hello! Welcome back.
Oh, how long has it been?
Approximately like over a month and a half.
Oof.
That's kind of our bad.
That's a really big our bad.
We've literally just had like everything thrown at us this week. It's been hard to meet up. Work's been taking over our lives. Dogs, animals, boyfriends,
Birthdays.
lack of boyfriends. I mean, they all take over our time right now.
And children.
Oh yeah, children. I don't have that one, but yeah, children.
I mean, I'll factor that one in, at least on my half.
On your half, yeah. So this show is just kind of more of an update about what's been going on the last, month, 2 months since we've been gone.
How long ever it's been.
Yeah, whatever. But we just kind of want to update you guys what's been going on in our lives, just so you know what's going on, why we're such lazy bums on this podcast sometimes.
Oh God, we're awful. Oh, sweet Jesus,
I love
awful.
it.
But yeah, no, it's been a wild trip. It's been wild.
Literally. Right as we were about to do the next show, my dog actually got hit by a car. And she's alive. I'm going to, say that right now. She's alive. But she got hit by my stepdad in his van when he was backing out of the driveway. And it was so bad. She fractured her poor little pelvis. And it was so bad. Her x-rays looks like she has like a T-Rex. I'll post it up on our Facebook page so you guys can see what her x-rays looks like because it's actually kind of funny. But her fractured pelvis looks like a T-Rex.
I mean, could you ask for a better x-ray? I know it's a tragic situation, but could you really ask for a better x-ray?
I was crying when I brought her in. And also I see the x-ray and I couldn't stop laughing. I was just like, she got a little bit of dino in her now. She dynamite.
She dynamite.
She really is. And she's doing good. So that happened. I forgot the date, but 3 weeks just passed on Saturday. And she's already walking just fine.
Which is fantastic.
She's walking and running. She's not doing very well on the stairs. That still gets to her.
But that's still phenomenal for a dog breaking their pelvis. My cat, Ivory, we don't know exactly what happened, but she had a broken pelvis, and it led to internal bleeding, and
yeah,
she wasn't going to make it.
No, and sometimes even if they could stop it, sometimes... And this is and I hate that this is a factor in most of our lives, unfortunately, is the surgery that it would take to, fix these animals up. I got lucky with Lady. She had no internal bleeding, and, even though she's 6 years old, she was still young enough, and she's still in very good shape.
Oh, yeah, well, Lady's a very active dog.
She is a very, very active dog. Like, she goes around the yard every day. All she does is sniff, 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 run around.
But can you expect much from a beagle?
I mean,
to be very active, even when they're being lazy, they're somehow being active.
Always.
Because they bark.
She doesn't, though. That's the craziest thing about Lady. She does not bark, howl, baroo, nothing. She is the quietest thing ever.
A quiet beagle.
She's such an oxymoron.
I was saying, is that an oxymoron? I feel
it really is. Like, the two do not belong in a sentence.
No. Quiet beagle.
But no, she's been doing amazing, and I'm so proud of her. So that's kind of why I've been kind of off the grid for a while. Like, I've been trying to take care of my dog, got to massage her legs. She was on, like, intensive pills, and when she has to go potty, you had to, like, physically pick her up and take her outside, but within a week and a half, she was walking.
I was saying, I bet you're super jacked, though.
Maybe that's why I've lost weight.
Having to lift your dog up and down.
Maybe it's the cardio, not the cardio, but yeah, the lifts, the deadlifts of my dog. I've lost probably close to 20 pounds, and I have no idea how I lost it.
That's still 1. Congratulations.
Okay.
2. Huh.
Yeah, it's all right here.
You look damn great.
Sad about.
That is depressing.
Like, can you take it out of my boobs for once? Like, let's...
Usually when you lose weight, though, it comes straight out of the boobage.
Nope.
My boobs have shrunk. So I lost over 30 pounds, and my boobs they've gone from the D's that they were, which I honestly did not like that much anyways, but they've gone back down to, like, my high school size of a B. And they also look very, stretch marky and saggy, and...
Mine are still in good shape. I can't believe it. After all these years of wearing sports bras, They were D's in 5th grade. They were double D's in high school. They're still double D's now, and they will not stop or lose weight.
I mean, at least are they perky?
They got some perkiness, maybe not all the time. Like, there's still some days where you see them and you're like, yeah, those some dangles. But like the nipples are still good.
Yeah.
They're just large and in charge. If you don't know what a pair of big tits looks like that's not silicone filled, I'm sorry for your life.
But like, I mean, like after having a kid, like my boobs were just, they were big, and mostly because I was like over 30 pounds overweight after he was born, and they were just, and everything looked awkward, just so awkward. And now that I've lost all this weight, like, because I had my nipples pierced before he was born, nipples are permanently erect, just all the time. Just the slightest breeze.
I've been debating whether or not to get my nipples pierced.
Do it.
That's what everyone says. Just do it. But like,
it hurts, but do it.
I don't have any other piercings on my body. Like, I used to have double piercings on my ears, and then I had this guy done, the
septum.
Septum. Thank you. I cannot think of the word. But yeah, I've had all that pierced, and they've all just come out because I don't take care of it, or I just don't wear something all the time.
Oh no, my septum, I had it pierced 3 different times.
Mine fell out after a week. I was so pissed.
Oof, that's rough. That's real rough.
Like, you get a week. I got like maybe 2 cute ass selfies in it.
I had mine pierced 3 different times.
Ugh.
The 3rd time was before my 18th birthday.
Oh shit.
And I kept it in for years. Years. Barely changed out the ring. I moved it all the time though. But the hole will not close. I can put something in it right now.
Oh, fun. I
don't think I've worn a septum ring for longer than like 3 days in like 2 years.
Oh wow. So I've got mine. I didn't want to do it because I hate the scar when you go like over a scar when you get something pierced. I hate that feeling. I literally hate that feeling. Well, yeah. Did it with my ears.
Well, if you've had it for a long time, it won't close. At least your septum won't. My Medusa, the top hole is still open.
Oh,
I had it for over a year.
Oh. See, my ears, I kept them open for like 3 years, and now if I try to put something in, I can't.
Yeah, I've re-pierced my ears so many times.
But that's why I'm so worried about the nipples. Like, if I do my nipples, like, they're gonna fall out. Some kind of bullshit gonna happen to my breasts.
Okay, but seriously, if you get your nipples pierced, watch for Afghan blankets and snags on clothing, because they will catch and it will hurt.
You're making me want them less and less. I know I'm going to look cute as shit with them, and it's actually kind of weird that I do not have nipple piercings, but...
Just do it. I'll support this endeavor. Hell, why don't we just make an episode out of it, huh?
We want to do an episode where we take me to go get my nipples pierced?
Absolutely.
Oh, shit. Maybe that's probably going to have to be like a whole episode.
Yeah, it'll be an adventure. It'll be a good time.
Oh. I was thinking I could do it tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm getting my new tattoo.
What? Oh, I work tomorrow.
Yeah. This is the only time this guy could do it, because I'm getting my new Pirates of the Caribbean tattoo.
Oh, which one?
You know, the Jack Sparrow, the sparrow in like...
Oh, you're getting this... Oh.
The sparrow in like the sunset that, signifies him as Sparrow. And then I'm also getting the P that's, supposed to be like...
the brand?
The brand, yeah, the P brand to identify you as a pirate. And everyone's like, well, that could also mean your last name. That's not what it means, though. I want to be a pirate.
We all want to be pirates. Everything is better with pirates.
It does. Like, I just want an excuse to be like, I'm a pirate, just drink all the rum out of somebody's house.
Oh, yeah, and then just constantly have Captain Morgan, the cannonball ones.
All day, every day.
I was just having this conversation with somebody. So you know me, savant in movies and television.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was telling somebody about the time that when I was living with my mom, and I think it was in high school, she was in her room, I was in mine, and she's watching Pirates of the Caribbean. I couldn't hear exactly what was going on. I didn't know exactly what movie she was watching. I was just chilling on my computer, but I heard a cannon. All I heard was one cannon go off, and I was like, Mom, are you watching Pirates of the Caribbean? Yeah. Curse of the Black Pearl? Yeah. I only knew that from one cannon firing. I hate you, child.
I love that movie so much. That was like me and my dad's movie.
I saw it 3 times in theaters.
You saw it 3 times in theaters? I don't think I ever saw it in theaters.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I'm not allowed in most movie theaters anymore, and we're just going to keep it that way. I'm a talker.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm a movie talker. I have been escorted out of movies before. It is embarrassing as shit.
Well, okay, this is why we would be great for Mystery Science Theater 3000.
100% we fucking would. Because all I have to do is, I make commentary when I'm watching movies, and I cannot fucking help it.
I can't help it either. It just depends on who I'm with, and if it's a movie I've never seen before, or, if it's a movie that I know about or, have any preference to, I will make that commentary. If it's a friend that I can make good commentary with, I will go sit in a movie. Like that time we went and saw Suicide.
We were hilarious in that movie. That was 3 years ago. Can you believe that was 3 years ago? Went to go see the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
That's back when I had, my scarf obsession. I don't know why, but I always had to wear a scarf. Even in the middle of fucking summer, I had to wear a scarf.
It was an intense scarf obsession. She had a cute little pixie cut and this big-ass scarf. And then there's me.
We were just, I think you were in your Taco Bell outfit, or we went to go get Taco Bell sometime that day. I don't know.
No, we went to Taco Bell before the movie.
That's right.
And then after the movie, you dropped me off at work.
I dropped you off at work at Taco Bell.
Because it was during the time I worked at Taco Bell.
I'm so happy I don't have any horror stories of me working at a fast food place.
Oh, sweet Jesus, don't get me started.
That's the only thing I can say is that in all my work history, I've never worked in fast food, and never will I ever step in a fast food and work in there. Corporate assholes.
I'm glad that, I was, at least hired for those positions, first job being McDonald's, then after Applebee's I worked at Taco Bell, but, man, I could not stand working in another fast food place.
No more. They're terrible jobs.
Well, from when I started at Taco Bell to by the time I left, every single person that I had started with, except one person, even though technically they started several weeks after I did, they were the only person left from when I started.
Holy shit. And how long were you there for?
Almost a full year.
Shit. Turnover a lot in that place. See, I've always had weird jobs. I think my first job was at a farm. I just picked strawberries and weeded stuff when I was 14. And I did that until I was about 18. And then I was a bartender. Then I moved to Chicago. And then I worked at Ace Hardware. Yeah, and then I started my endeavors in media. And I did all the weird media jobs.
Oh, those fun media jobs. My first job was McDonald's. I was there for 5 months. I walked out because I was getting so mad at my manager. Because he didn't like the fact that I had just gotten my Reptar tattoo. And I couldn't have visible tattoos, even though literally every single one that I worked with had at least one.
I fucking hate that. When I worked at Papado, after my fallout with one job that I was at for a while, they were like, yeah, you can't show off tattoos. And I'm like, bitch, all the other girls that I work with can show off their tattoos, but I can't show off half of my Rafiki stick. That's how much was showing.
It's ridiculous. And, it's not like it's Reptar. I have Reptar on my forearm, and, I have Peter Pan on the other one, but, you don't even think about that one.
I like that one a lot.
It needs to be touched up super bad. But,
the idea of it.
It's just, the fact that he would not let me work front counter. I was stuck on the grill. Oh. Or I had to, wrap my arms up. Oh, he said I had to use, a certain bandage. He wouldn't let me just use, an ace wrap to wrap it up. I'm like, what is wrong with this?
God.
And he was like, it's just not professional. I'm like, you know what? I fucking quit.
It's not professional. Nope, bitch, you done.
Well, now they can't,
fire you for having tattoos.
Yeah. But it was just, and then I worked at Applebee's for just over a year.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah. I was pregnant with Steven.
That's when you got pregnant with Steven.
And then I went on maternity leave, and I just never went back. Worked at Taco Bell, and then I left Taco Bell because I was trying to go for a lead, a shift lead position. I had the folder for everything, and I was waiting to start my training. And I was constantly told, "Oh, we're gonna put like a hold on that." And then a coworker of mine was offered a shift lead position and started training right away.
Huh? Fuck that.
And so after that, I was just like, okay, fuck it, I'm done. And I did a interview at the gas station that I still work at. Put in my notice. I quit the day before because she just wouldn't let me finish out my notice. She just took me off the schedule right away. And I don't know if it was just because she was mad that I was leaving.
That's what, yeah, they're just pissed. Like, okay, we lost you. Why the fuck are we going to keep you around and pay you more money when you're just going to be leaving us?
And then...
I get that.
And then I got my driver's license, and then I went to... around the time I started at the gas station, I also went to an interview, like an open interview thing for the casino, the job fairs, and got a job there.
And here we are.
And here we are.
I've had a lot of fucking jobs in between all that time. The amount of like different media jobs I've had, they just add up. After 5 years, 6 years, fuck.
And then, but what else has been going on?
Oh,
we kind of got off subject.
We did, but that happens. That's okay. That's our podcast. We can do whatever the fuck we want. What else has been going on in me life? So there was the lady thing. My love life is still a shithole, roundabout way. Like, either I'm just not attracted to the person, or I get ghosted, or I ghost them because they're too fucking weird. Like, I forgot what the name we gave that one guy who I was seeing from my old high school. I don't know. He couldn't get up, so I couldn't be around that. And plus, he's just really weird. He made it very clear that his type of girl was a skinny emo girl. And I'm looking down at my stomach, and I'm like, okay then.
Okay, whatever. Then why are you even showing any interest in me?
Exactly. That's why I was like, if you're just trying to fuck me, well, you couldn't because you couldn't get it up. So, ha. And then I tried going on a few other dates. One was with a redhead, and that was weird. I don't know why, but...
Why was it weird?
She was a redhead. And I don't know, I got a thing about redheads, like, just being redheads.
I was gonna say
like, why you have this beautiful, like, I'm just, like, it's not scary or anything, but, like, you have this beautiful red hair, and everyone makes jokes that you have no souls, and, like, I don't think I can hold myself accountable for all those jokes that I make to you.
Well, I mean, my boyfriend's, 16 years older than me, and I make old jokes at him.
I know. But no, there was not that. I didn't feel connected with him, too.
Fair
like,
enough.
I was cool with him on Messenger. Like, we were messaging each other. But then when I met him in person, I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
And I get horny when I've been drinking, and I was drinking a lot.
That's unfortunate.
Ugh, it's been a minute.
Oof.
It's been a lot of minutes.
A lot of minutes.
Yeah.
Has it been?
525,600 minutes.
No, it hasn't been a year, you ass.
Close, though. No, but... So, yeah, that's basically all that's up in my life. I got my birthday coming up, which is exciting. I'll be the big 2-5. I'll be as old as Tupac when he died.
Tupac?
Tupac? Tupac? I said Tupac, didn't I? I've been doing that as a joke with my mother, just calling him Tupac.
Me and a couple friends from high school.
Fuck.
That's what we used to do. We were just like, Tupac? You like Tupac? I like Tupac.
I would say Tupac with my mother because we thought it was fucking funny. I'm such a dumbass.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
But yeah, he died at 25, so I'm just like, cool, you did a lot more in life than I have, so, yay.
But may he rest.
Oh, very much in peace. So. I've been to the spot where he died in Las Vegas.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's actually very cool. There's a very nice restaurant right by it.
I was going to say, do they have like a little shrine?
Not really.
No?
I mean, if you look at the light poles and traffic poles on that corner of the street, like, because it's a 4-way, So on every corner, like, there's people put, like, stickers of him and write stuff about him, his songs and stuff. So it's nice. So, yeah, there's tributes, but there's not, like, a memorial there. It's just the People's Memorial.
The People's Memorial.
Since our tax dollars will not put up something here, that's what we do. All by ourselves, all the time. We still give the government our money. Why? Because it's corrupt.
Corrupt. Insurance is a scam.
But somebody over here just celebrated a birthday.
Oh, I sure did, bud.
She did. My little Haley did.
I'm older than her.
By a year.
By a year.
Literally a year and 10 days.
Yep, no, I just, my birthday was the other day, and turned the big 2-6, and I had to work. And
that's always fun.
I was trying to, milk the birthday thing
Work?
at work, because it was, we had a deal going on for that day, and so I'd be, working, doing my thing, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm really thankful that it's as slow as it is for this half-off day, because it is my birthday, and I don't want to have a sad birthday. I'm like, oh, it's your birthday? Well, happy birthday. And I'm like, damn it. And then this one nice lady, she came up because I had talked to someone before, and apparently he was with that table. She comes up, she's like, so I hear it's your birthday. And I'm like, yeah, and she just slips me a $5 bill, and I'm like, oh,
yay, thank you.
Thank you.
You understand life is stressful and it's a struggle.
Well, but since we had to work on my birthday, we ended up going to floating down the river yesterday. And that was just pure chaos. Pure chaos just trying to get to the river. And then, of course, it's raining slightly on and off before we get taken over to where we're going to take off from.
Wait, why was it so chaotic before you even got there?
Well, I had to get some stuff done at home before we went down the river, which we were going at 1:30. So I just had some, basic home stuff to do. And my boyfriend told me he was going to be at my house by 10:40, help me finish this stuff up, and that way we can leave by noon, go pick up a friend, go pick up Steven to go meet my mom, and then go to the tube rental place. Well, he shows up close to 45 minutes late, with no word on why he's late. And then, so we're spending the whole time, I'm trying to rush around. I have him folding my laundry. And I'm reorganizing Steven's drawers. I'm making room in mine. And took care of all the clothes. I quickly vacuumed the house. And then I still had to shower, and it was noon. And I wanted to leave by noon. I don't know why I had to take a shower before floating down the river, but I just felt gross. I needed to bathe.
You know what? I get that. Sometimes, even if you're about to go do a dirty thing, like at an event or something, or you're about to get gross and sweaty, you want to go there feeling fresh.
Yeah.
Or someone, you just want to get grosser.
Yeah. Granted, we'll be floating down the river. We'll be drinking. We'll be,
floating down a river.
floating down GD River.
That's literally what we do for fun out here in the middle of fuck butt nowhere.
Mm-hmm. And so, and I wore a kimono.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep, the big oversized shawl things.
Yes. I was wearing that over my bathing suit in my tube, which, by the way, I was so fucking extra for my birthday. I got a flamingo tube.
Of course you did.
And I floated down the river. And, of course, there weren't handles to tie onto it. Had drink holders, though.
At least it had the necessities.
And
where'd you get it?
Amazon.
Fuck, I should know that.
And it was, there was first off a little sale on it because it was originally $30. I got it for like $19.
Fuck yeah.
And 1-day shipping.
Oh, I love Amazon so much.
Bless Amazon.
I literally have been spending nothing but all my money on Amazon.
We tied everybody's tubes together. And then it was just me in the middle with the large cooler tube. And me and the cooler tube were bouncing off of all the other tubes like a game of ping pong. Or what's the other game with the two sides? Pong.
Oh, Pong. It's just Pong.
It's just Pong. Yeah.
It's just called Pong. You know, the two lines go like this, and you hit the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see what I'm doing with my hands, and I'm sorry there in the podcast. We're talking about the game Pong.
Great game. Fun game.
Reminds me of games.
Yeah, games.
So we've had plans. We have a few ideas for shows coming up. One of the next shows we want to do very soon is actually just like gamer talk, nerd talk.
Anything that we want to talk about.
That's in the nerdy realm.
Yeah. And now, granted, I'm not a big gamer. There are a lot of video games I do love to play, but they're all on like the N64, Super Nintendo, GameCube, like a couple PlayStation games like Crash Bandicoot Warped was one of the greatest games. The Sorcerer's Stone game.
God, I love those Harry Potter games.
So much. And then like Star Wars.
The Star Wars ones. Okay,
yeah,
I didn't get
for the
those.
Xbox.
Yeah, I didn't get. I just gamed on the older systems. I had an Atari for a while. I had a PS1 then. And now I have a PS4 and I game like 24/7. Find me on Twitch and what the fuck is it? PlayStation, Dandelion Whiskey.
Yeah, no, my brother, me and him got a Wii for my mom for Christmas one year.
Oh, nice.
It was a used Wii. We got it at Secondhand Corners, and
that place is closed now.
I know, that's so sad. I wanted to go look for records the other day, and well, we got it there for super cheap, and it was basically brand new. And we got it there for super cheap, and we bought Super Mario, Paper Mario for the Wii. And that was literally the only game we had for it. Maybe a couple. We ended up getting like a couple others, but we never touched them. It was always the Paper Mario game.
Okay, but yeah, back to Mario. So yeah, I bought a classic Nintendo.
She sure did. She sent me the pictures, and I about lost my shit.
And they came with 2 working controllers. I even got the gun for Duck Hunt because I got the Duck Hunt game. I got Super Mario Brothers 2 and 3. I have.
Did you find the Lion King game?
No, I'm not. I'm going to be looking. I'm looking through all the places. I got Disc Stop or something. I don't know. There's that one store someone was talking about.
You find the Lion King game. We need to get past that stupid level. Like the first level's hard enough.
It really fucking is.
Oh my god. But the Stampede level?
Oh no! Yeah, God, I can never get past that. I always had my uncle help me.
Or if we could find the Sim City for the Super Nintendo.
I'm gonna have to look for that one, so I'm gonna have to keep my eye out. But I got some really weird like classic ones. I got what was the other one? I know I got Snoopy's Silly Something game. I have Mission Impossible. Yes.
Now, if only we could find an N64, because we can have GoldenEye.
Oh, no, I found one.
You found one?
I just have to, save up money again.
Fair enough.
Or have someone buy it for me. And then, and then get that.
So.
But it's from a guy, the same guy that you sent me the link to.
Oh.
So I use that guy. He fixes all that stuff all the time. So when he gets it, he fixes it and, sells them.
It.
Yeah, and he sells them for really good prices. Man, I got all that shit yesterday or the other day for like $60.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Like 9 games.
Especially since those games are classics and they're being put in museums.
Yeah, they're not being put in museums. I got one in my house now. Yeah. But yeah, no, the 64 is the next one. I'm looking for that.
Like, have you been to the Grand Rapids Public Museum recently?
Not yet, no.
Well, a few months ago, I took Steven there because they had dinosaurs.
Oh, I remember hearing about the dinosaurs.
Oh, it was so cool.
Wonderful.
It was really cool. But on the first level before the dinosaurs, there's like this 90s, or bedrooms throughout the years kind of thing. Or it was like, I don't know. Or maybe it was just like 80s, 90s tribute stuff. And, well, there was this one wall of a 90s kid's bedroom, what it would look like. And it had the Lion King bed sheets, stuffed animals, and posters of, stuff from the 90s. And I was flipping out because, first off, I have those bed sheets.
I still have those bed sheets?
I still can't find, the actual sheets, the fitted sheet and the big sheet. But I have the pillowcase.
I have one pillowcase and a bed sheet, the fitted one.
I had the fitted sheet and the regular sheet for my college bedroom, for my dorm room. And... I can't find them anywhere. But I still have the pillowcase, and Steven uses it.
Fuck that kid. I'm just kidding.
But
he stole the pillowcase from you. Ugh.
But I took a picture of it and I sent it to a bunch of people on Snapchat, and they're like, I thought you were just taking a picture of your bedroom.
That's true. I'm sorry, this is coming from the girl who has a Reptar backpack who won't let her kid touch it most of the time.
Okay, yes, true.
And I can't even count the other just random stuff you have going on. Like, you look like you have toys all over your room.
Oh, well, half of them are Steven's.
Yeah.
Like,
those ones are obvious.
But I have, like, a little Rugrats Reptar memorabilia stuff. Like, I have a Rugrats chest. I have this Reptar button-up shirt. I have this Reptar plush backpack.
I think you can see that she's got a Reptar
tattoo that I mentioned briefly earlier.
Obsession?
It's not an obsession.
Close enough.
It's a lifestyle.
Reptar is a lifestyle. You know what? Tommy Pickles would 100% agree with you.
Yes, he would. And, you know, I actually was going to get a tattoo of a screwdriver.
Oh, his debut screwdriver?
Yep. Yeah, but I ended up getting 2 SpongeBob tattoos instead.
Yeah, you got Plankton and the conch shell.
Yep.
I love the conch.
All hail the magic conch.
That was a classic episode. It's still thought about.
The shell knows all.
The shell always knows all.
But yeah, we're planning on doing like a episode where we are sitting in front of a TV, and it's gonna be aggressive.
It is, and I'm trying to figure out a way to record it so you guys can actually watch it while we talk about it. So like it'll be like a Twitch scenario in that sense.
Kind of. I mean, we could always like record the video and have the recording on the
that's what I mean.
too.
Like I'm gonna have the video recorded somehow, like through something. I'm gonna have it probably come out through this laptop, have it live record the screen while we're talking. Not like on the camera, just pointing it at the screen. That would just look shady work. I'm a professional here. I know how to do it.
Fair enough. Oh, you know what I have not talked to you about yet?
What?
You know, I went to Knotfest.
Knotfest?
Like Slipknot, Volbeat.
Oh, yes.
And then, like, my 24-hour concert. I think 2 concerts.
I loved your snaps.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was blowing up Snapchat. So, on the 11th it was a couple weeks ago, on August 11th, me and my best friend drove down to Chicago because I had VIP tickets to meet Volbeat. And it was during Knotfest, so Slipknot as the headliner, obviously.
Knotfest.
Volbeat, Gojira, and Behemoth. Behemoth opened first, and they were fucking brutal. It was amazing. Brooks convinced they put a hex on us in the middle of their set, which, you know, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but...
Turn on.
What ifs. Well, and then it was Gojira, and Gojira fucking intense. Volbeat comes on, and they had a problem with their lights. Like, one of the lights on their rise for their drums.
Okay.
It wasn't working, so they had to have the light shine down on them the whole time. I didn't get the best pictures during their set because of how bright those lights were. And then Slipknot was fucking phenomenal. Well, we met Volbeat before the show, and we were in the pit.
Oh.
And I'm standing there and waiting in line patiently, and the guy's coming through, you know, telling us what to expect, all this stuff, and we could have one personal item cited. Well, Brooke and I didn't bring really anything. We brought our wallets, and I think she brought her purse. She wasn't going to have her purse signed. But they gave us these little clutches that say Volbeat on it and Let's Boogie underneath. So we just decided to have those. But as he's telling us this, I'm screaming, well, maybe they can sign my asshole. And Brooke's going, I can't take you anywhere, can I? And I was like,
I would take you everywhere with me. That's my type of humor.
And then I was like, yeah, just have them sign around my asshole. She's like, shut the fuck up, Haley. I'm like, sign my clit!
Get it tattooed on your clit.
I was like, okay, you know what? I really shouldn't be brought anywhere. So after Slipknot, like, I was up against the barrier the whole time. Like, I managed to get to the barrier during Behemoth. So
Okay.
first band.
Nice.
Second band, Gojira. I'm up against the barrier. By the end of Gojira and before Volbeat started, I was seconds away from peeing my pants. And I take pride in my bladder of steel because I can hold it for a very long time. But this was reaching excruciating pain levels of having to pee.
I knew it was just about to come on.
Yeah. I was like, okay, I can hold it. I can fucking do this. Watch me, bitches. And Volbeat comes on. And all that adrenaline popped on because I was, excited. It's my favorite band. And as soon as they ended and, walked off stage, I went to Brooke, who was like 2 people behind me. We had befriended a couple people, and she was standing with them. And I was like, Brooke, I have to pee. And so we're trying to maneuver through the crowd because, everybody's getting ready for Slipknot. And I'm almost falling over because I have to pee so bad. We get to where the bathrooms are, and there's a line. And it's moving so excruciatingly slow. At one point, the line stopped, and I happened to be standing on a fucking drain cover, and I was like, this is getting to the point where I need a crowd of people just to stand around me, backs, facing me. I'm going to pee through this drain. I can't do it anymore. We finally get to the bathrooms. Damn near, I should have just peed over the drain because those bathrooms were so fucking disgusting. There was, sorry for the male listeners, because this is going to get nasty. There were fucking bloody-ass tampons on the floor.
Ugh.
And bloody fucking toilet paper. I'm standing over the fucking toilet, like, crouching over it, because I didn't want my ass touching that seat. And, like, there was not even, like, anything to really protect my ass, just, like, if I were to sit on it. So, ugh. But, I finally made it to the bathroom, did not pee my pants.
Congratulations.
And we managed to somewhat get back to our spot. Like, I wasn't able to get up against the barrier again, but I was, like, 2 people behind, like, 1 or 2 people behind. Hi, kidders.
Milo decided he wants to be a podcaster. Don't tip over the mic, please.
He's like, I'm important.
Not on the laptop either, honey.
I am important and I am handsome. Yeah.
Wait.
No.
You have anything else to say, kidders? Come on, Milo.
Kidders.
Tell us your thoughts, your feelings, your dreams, your goals. Where you shit today? How many times did you bite people today?
A couple times.
A couple times. I was one of them.
Oh, he's just an ass. He's handsome, though. He's a good boy.
He is so handsome.
And so good. You can follow him on Instagram at Sir Milo the Meow. All lowercase, all one. One jumbled word.
When it comes to Insta, I hope people realize that it's all one word.
So, oh yeah, but after Knotfest.
After Knotfest.
Drove home from Tinley Park.
Oh, I missed Tinley Park.
Came home. Next day, went to Detroit. Why did I go to Detroit? Backstreet Boys.
You went to go see Backstreet Boys? I'm just kidding.
You can't see, obviously, but she just threw a fucking bag at my face because she's jealous. Yes, I went and saw the Backstreet Boys. 2 concerts, 24 hours. One in Chicago, one in Detroit.
Why did you go to the Backstreet Boys?
My Snapchat story was 99% Backstreet Boys. How did you miss that?
Maybe because I was really high, okay?
That doesn't surprise me.
I usually am just stoned all day, every day.
Fair enough. So my friend Lisa comes and picks me up. We leave. We get there right at 8 o'clock, and that's when the show was supposed to start. But it wasn't. They had an opener. So it's not like we were really missing much.
No.
No, not at all.
And it's a Backstreet opener, I wouldn't think anyone... Yeah.
No. And literally everyone there was wearing a Backstreet Boys shirt, or they were dressed up like at least they thought they were dressed up like a 90s kid, when in reality they looked like an 80s hot mess.
They probably look like Jenna Marbles trying to be a kid again.
Exactly.
You probably don't get that. I'm such a YouTube watcher, and if you guys are too, sound off below or whatever, because my favorite YouTubers are like the classics. It's Jenna Marbles. I've been watching her for 10 years. Shane Dawson for 10 years.
I used to obsessively watch Swift Karate Chop and Shane Dawson.
Oh, yep. Jeffree Star. I've actually started recently watching him like 7 years ago. So I know he's been around for 10 years, but I only started following him.
I have a love-hate relationship with Jeffree Star.
It's hard.
And, like, I love Jeffree because I was a Seenie Weenie, and I had a Beauty Killer sweatshirt, so I had, like, and that was when I was, like, 14. That was 12 years ago. Holy shit.
I don't like that.
I had borrowed my friend's Beauty Killer album, and I copied it onto every freaking drive I could, and I jammed all the time. Mostly because Nicki Minaj and Breathe Carolina and, like, you know.
Yep. I love Breathe Carolina. Oh my god, I still have them to this day on my playlist.
Same. So, but yeah, Backstreet Boys. And we actually had fairly good seats. We weren't in the nosebleeds, but we were on the ground. We were, like,
higher up, so you're not... Okay, I get it. Okay.
Yeah. And, like, everybody there, all the women there were moms. Just hardcore momming it up. And that is, like...
Why do I feel like every Backstreet Boy, like, fan is, like, a mom now?
Yeah, it was wild. It, like...
Mom's getting loose.
I was like, look at me. Look, I'm dressed like a human being. I'm dressed like an adult. My friend Lisa... You look like a mom about to go see the Backstreet Boys. And that's exactly how I looked.
So there was like 300 other ones just like you there.
Oh, like a couple thousand other ones.
Couple thousand.
And all the men that were there were, you know, with their wives or girlfriends.
They were kind of dragged along because fuck.
Well, actually, the guy that was sitting next to me bought the tickets for his girlfriend. They were from Ontario. The guy was super nice. And he was like, I bought the tickets for the both of us, but mostly it was for me. I love the Backstreet Boys.
I love him.
Oh, yeah. And we were talking about it. And I was like, I was just in Chicago for Knotfest because they're in Detroit today. He's like, now that's the shit I love to listen to. And we just talked about all that stuff for a hot minute. And he, no, he was from Toronto. Well, I mean, that's Ontario, but.
Still Ontario, but close. More.
In the city. He lived in Toronto. And we were making fun of the moms. I was like, look at all the moms that are here. And I took a selfie, and the caption was me making fun of all the women screaming their heads off right now, knowing damn well that I will be one of them in a matter of seconds. After I sent that to a bunch of people, the lights went black. I started bloody murder screaming. I instantly became one of them. Everybody was on their feet. There was a girl. It was actually the guy's girlfriend. She was just standing there. And he was belting his heart out, having the time of his life. And, Kat, what are you doing?
I'm just watching the cat right now. I got distracted. He was just standing up on his legs, and he looked so damn cute.
He does that. And they played all the best songs. I sang along to almost their new stuff. I don't know.
That's the hard thing about going to, like, your throwback favorite bands. You don't listen to their new stuff because you hear the new stuff. You're like, oh, okay.
It's actually pretty dope.
It is. It's good. You're like, oh, I'm sad I didn't know about this before, but can we go back to the classics now? Because that's why I'm here.
Exactly.
That's why I spent my money.
Yeah, and so my phone is full of at least 600 new photos between Not Best and the Backstreet Boys.
That is surprising one bit.
And their encore songs were one of the new ones off the album, their new album, DNA, and Don't Go Breaking My Heart. It's actually a fucking jam.
Wait, not the classic.
No, it's not a cover of the classic Elton John, Olivia Newton-John song.
Don't go breaking my heart.
I couldn't if I tried. No,
honey, sorry, I can go off.
I would sing that with you in a heartbeat. I fucking love Elton John.
I do too. I can't wait for his new movie to come out on like a streaming service.
Oh yeah.
Because it also has Taron Egerton as Elton John, and I have the biggest lady boner for this man.
Yes,
ever since I seen him in Kingsman, and I was like, that's a handsome AF If anyone needs to know what my type of guy looks like, just look at Taron Egerton. That is literally my weakness.
Okay, and the fact that, he sang an Elton John song in Sing, and he did a better, I hate to say it, but I love Johnny's version of I'm Still Standing a little more than Elton John's.
Ooh.
And that's rough.
That's rough.
And I love Elton John. Who doesn't love Elton John? I don't know.
Have you ever seen, when he does, I love watching him on YouTube, because, I'm seeing, his collections of when he does, live events at, talk shows and stuff. And just watching him go from instrument to instrument and getting the crowd just part of it, just the way that they interact with him, the way that he sings, the way that he changes the notes. You're just like, this man is literally beautiful. And he's literally a musician.
To its core.
Not a musician. Okay, we get
artist.
A musician. He's an artist. He is the artist of artists. Thank you. I couldn't get that.
And it's the same thing with Prince. May he rest in peace.
Love him to this day.
Love him so much. Prince could play freaking any instrument. There was one interview that he did that was like, oh, so have you written any new music today or what? That's basically what he was saying. Is I've written a million songs in my head in the past 20 minutes. That's just how he was.
Most of my wedding, if I ever get married, I'm pretty sure most of my songs I dance with my husband or wife are going to be to Prince.
Oh yeah. Oh, same.
You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on.
But Purple Rain.
That's 100% a classic.
My boyfriend.
No.
Has never seen Purple Rain.
No.
He's 42.
He old as shit, and he's never seen Purple Rain?
He's never seen Purple Rain.
I'm gonna punch him. That's just a sin to be that old and not see Purple Rain.
He was, a kid, in the 80s. And, he grew up in a, rather, family-oriented home. And his mom was pretty strict about some stuff, and apparently Purple Rain was one of those things.
It makes me mad. That really does. It makes me mad.
And, well, I understand because he was, still in the single digits in the 80s.
Yeah, but Prince didn't die until, years later. He was still...
And he still hasn't seen it.
That's the thing. He hasn't seen it. It's not the fact that he didn't see it when it came out. I didn't see it when it came out because I wasn't born until 94.
It was made 9 years before I was born.
Decade for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually kind of...
Are you upset with Travis right now?
I am a little upset with Travis right now. There's a few reasons I'm upset with him, but that's the number one right now.
Yeah, I get that. So, thankfully I have it on DVD. So.
You got that at least? Okay, so you guys can watch it next date night. I suggest you do that soon because if he wants to get back in my good graces, he's got to watch Purple Rain or... I'm going to have to ask you to run this relationship.
Well, I have Purple Rain on vinyl. I have, several Prince, not several, a couple of Prince shirts. I have Purple Rain on DVD. I need his other two movies. And I just need all of his, I just need several albums on vinyl from him.
I'll keep a lookout next time I start going places for you.
Because, I love Prince.
I love Prince, too.
My boss was like, I bet you're waiting for them to make a Prince movie, huh? Because we actually had been talking about Rocket Man.
God, a Prince movie would be so great.
It would be so great. Well, he was asking me if I'd seen Rocket Man. And I was like, no, I haven't. But we were talking about how, with the trailers for Rocket Man made it seem more interesting than Bohemian Rhapsody. And that everything that he had heard about Bohemian Rhapsody, or it was totally overrated. Now, granted, I haven't seen Bohemian Rhapsody yet. I have been putting it off. I know it's going to be phenomenal.
It's good. I won't give it 5-star, but I'll give it 3 3/4 star.
And I love Freddie Mercury, and Rami Malek did a great job.
He did. And I give him a lot more credit for it. There was a little bit of hate when that movie came out. People were like, oh, he lip-synced to the song. Of course he lip synced to the songs, you idiots. He doesn't have the beautiful voice. He's not Freddie fucking Mercury.
And he was put on there because he could play him. He could actually act and do Freddie justice. But
he was also an artist, so yes, he knows how to like go along with it. Like,
yeah. Where, Taron Egerton, he was chosen as Elton John because, one, he can sing Elton John songs.
He can. He's literally wonderful, and he's British too on top of that, and he's fucking handsome AF. I just want to sit on his goddamn face. I really love him.
I know you do. It's okay.
Everyone's got a celebrity crush. Mine just happens to be him. Okay?
Okay, mine happened to be, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Keanu Reeves, Jeff Goldblum.
And she's been in love with him before they became social media popular recently.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I can attest to this, and I want everyone to fucking know that.
It's a true story. Like,
I remember you talking about him in high school. I was like, who the fuck is she talking about?
Love my Keanu. I mean, he's my background. At least on my lock screen, my home screen, it is a bear.
Do you want to see my new background on my phone? It's a bear that looks...
See, how can you, look at your background, how can you look at this picture and not feel some sort of joy?
Are you ready to... I found this online. I was like, this has to be my new phone background for life.
If you're wondering what's so great or why she's laughing so hard, her background on her phone is a...
It's Terry Crews as Mr. Krabs.
And if you didn't understand that, it's Terry Crews as Mr. Krabs. Someone drew Terry Crews' head on Mr. Krabs' body, and honestly, it's a masterpiece.
I think it's art. It's literal
art.
Look at that face. Like,
honestly, your lock screen should definitely be the photo of Terry Crews with the He-Man wig on it.
Finding it. Because I love He-Man. Like,
we both really love He-Man.
Well, I'm really excited, and I'm really happy of this accomplishment that my niece, my step-niece, loves the original She-Ra.
Good for her.
No, I'm very happy. Don't get me wrong. Like, she didn't like He-Man. She's like, who's He-Man? Who cares? She saw She-Ra. She's like, oh, it's another blonde girl like me. I'm like, watch her. And I get that. I'm like, yeah, watch her. Don't wear the short skirts like she does, but watch her.
Okay, I prefer He-Man over She-Ra.
Oh, I do too, 100%. But the new She-Ra, I'm kind of annoyed by her.
Well, I haven't watched the new one, mostly because I couldn't just find that joy that I get from She-Ra.
I really did like She-Ra, especially with my niece who was liking her. I was like, at least you're watching something. And He-Man showed up every now and then. And I did get her to watch a few He-Man shows, too. But she was mainly She-Ra.
Steven likes He-Man. He hasn't watched it in a while, but he likes it.
Good. It's a good show.
Well, I was going to get that He-Man tattoo. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I wanted to get the She-Ra tattoo. I remember that. Those were around the same time.
Yeah. We'll get them eventually. Someday.
Well, right now I'm going to get my Pirates of the Caribbean tattoo tomorrow. And I'm so excited.
Yes. So, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, we kind of have to wrap up. I got stuff to do today.
I have to go to the bathroom. And then I got to run to bring Travis something because he left it at my house. And then I got to come back and get Steven lunch. I might go to the fair. I don't know. But
yeah.
we promise.
We're going to update a lot more frequently.
Try and get on a regular schedule.
Right now, Wednesdays are the best days for both of us, it seems to be, but we'll try to get it down to where, yeah. Slowly but surely, guys.
Slowly but surely. It's going to happen. Hopefully soon we're going to be having some of our friends or, people that we know from school or, life in general come on the show.
Find them on Facebook, Booger the Sugar, and they're also on Instagram and Twitter. They did a beautiful portrait of my dog. Totally recommend them if you're in the area and you need an animal portrait. But they're also going to be on our show soon talking about kind of the cool stuff that they've been doing for local artists and stuff. And people like that, yeah, that's just one I just knew off the top of my head.
And if you're a local artist or if you have your own podcast, like most of our generation has started doing.
Because we're all white people.
Because we're so fucking white.
Really are.
And if you want to, come on the show or if you want us to give you a shout out or, do kind of review products or anything, just let us know because we will do it.
Yeah, do you want to even join us on Mario Kart or Smash Mario Brother Day?
Or whatever our video game day whatever we come up with.
We're just coming up with stuff left and right.
Just let us know. Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on our Facebook page. If you're going to follow us on Twitter, we do have one for our podcast, MonPod Network. We both have our own personal Twitter accounts. Quick Draw McHaley, and that is QUIK.
And then I'm Dandelion Whisk 1.
So.
And then Dandelion Whiskey on Instagrams.
And I'm going to have to change my Instagram name so you guys can find me because it's just Harry.
It's just Harry. Just something. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out, but we'll keep you updated, folks. We love you. Thank you for listening to us.
Make sure you donate to the Patreon.
Because this is expensive, bitches.
Yeah, we want to make a living, but we also want to keep providing content for you guys just because we think it's fun.
We really do. So do what you got to do. I'll link everything down below. But thank you for listening. And this was the Girls from the Middle of Nowhere podcast.
Bye.